Monday morning. If it's Monday morning for you, you might be watching a replay. You might be in a different time zone. Of course, it could be any time of the day for you, but it's Monday morning for me. And I'm excited to jump into today's Monday music motivation. I'm just going to make sure everything's working, share it around everywhere. And then we're going to be talking about how you shouldn't should on yourself. So I guess I'm shoulding on you to not should on yourself. It's one of those sayings that I think is really funny. And I think it's very, very applicable to clarinet playing and our music journeys. So what it means, you shouldn't should on yourself or don't should on yourself, is that when we're shoulding on ourselves, we're saying, oh, I should do this, I should do that. It's like me saying you shouldn't should on yourself is a shoulding, if you will. But it's really important when we're actually playing that we have that mindset of not saying I should be able to do this or I should be able to do that, but actually sort of seeing where we are. Now, sometimes maybe it is good to shut on yourself a little bit, like you should go practice. That's a good one to be thinking about. But it also reminds me of the super famous quote by Yoda, right? The do or do not, there is no try. When we're saying I should go practice, it's like, I don't really want to go practice. I don't really have an intention of practicing, but I'm going to feel guilty that I'm not practicing right now. So maybe even for that, it's not the best. And it should be a thing that, well, I said should again, but what you want to make it that you're going to do it or you're not going to do it, because do or do not, there is no try. Do or do not, there is no I should do it, but I'm not going to do it, right? So that applies to actually getting in the practice room and doing it. And hopefully by having this Monday music motivation and filling out your practice template that we'll do here at the end, that will get you doing rather than should doing your practice. And then the other thing that's really important, and even more so, I think, is when we're actually practicing and we're actually working on something, you want to make sure that you're not saying, oh, I should be able to play this at this tempo, or I could do this yesterday, I should be able to do it today. Having that kind of mindset and thinking that way is actually a bit of a fixed mindset in disguise. I've talked about this a few times, but if you haven't seen those videos, a quick recap on fixed versus growth mindset. Carol Dweck is the sort of author and idea. She has a book named Mindset, which is all about the growth versus fixed mindset. And the fixed mindset is saying that your ability is fixed. You're this good at playing the clarinet. You'll only ever be this good at playing the clarinet. Maybe you can improve a little bit through practice, but like more or less your talent is here and that's what you got. A growth mindset is, it doesn't matter really where your talent is or where your abilities are now, but you can continuously be growing all the time and continuously improving your abilities. So when you say, I should be able to play at this tempo, that's a fixed mindset, actually. We don't necessarily see it that way because you're thinking like, I'm trying to get to this tempo. I'm trying to grow to this tempo. It kind of seems like a growth mindset idea. But actually, when you say, I should be able to do this, that's you saying in a fixed way, I should already have this ability. I should be able to do this already. I have this fixed talent that I should be hitting, which becomes really frustrating when you think that you should be able to do something, but you aren't able to do it. That's the ultimate frustration. And that's where practicing becomes really frustrating and playing becomes really frustrating. And eventually you end up quitting after doing that enough times, saying like, well, I practiced this, I should be able to do it, but I'm still not able to do it. So I guess I should just give up because I'm fixed at this ability. I'm only this good at clarinet and it's not as good as I want to be. So what's the point? And that's the ultimate thing that I want to help you avoid, is getting to that point of so much frustration that you quit, because I want us all to get as much joy out of our clarinets and enjoy playing the clarinet for as long as possible. So that's the danger of shoulding on yourself. Now let's talk about the alternative and how you should approach it in your practice. So say you're playing something and you think this was feeling easier yesterday, and I feel like I was able to play this at this tempo yesterday, so I should be able to do it today. What's going wrong? Hopefully now you'll have that little red flag. Oh, I just said I should be able to do this. So take a second, reflect, think about it. And what I want you to do instead is just accept where you are. That's what the growth mindset does, is it says, okay, I'm here. Maybe I was expecting to be here. I thought I should be able to play here, but in actuality, I'm here. But that's fine, because you can grow. And you can actually grow today, in this moment, and in this practice session, and grow to where you thought you should be. Whereas if you just get frustrated that you're not there, then you're going to have a bad time. So the important thing, whenever you hear the word, I should be able to do this in your head or pop up in your mind, is stop, accept where you are, trust that where you are is okay, because it's always a journey, and it's not always a linear journey where we're always getting better every day. It's sort of a cyclical journey. It goes in waves and troughs. So accept that's where I am today, and then figure out what you need to do to help where you are today. Don't be like, yesterday, this technique worked and I was able to do it, so I should be able to do that today and have the same results. That's not the way it works. You have to accept where you are, work through what problems you're having today, approach it with a fresh growth mindset, and work it up. So that's my big advice. My motivation and inspiration for today is, next time you are in the practice room and you're playing something and you hear yourself say, oh, I should be able to do this, stop, pause, red flag, accept where you are, then get creative to start moving forward from where you are, not where you think you should be. So hopefully that was some helpful advice. The other helpful thing that will help you to actually go practice rather than just feeling like you should practice is to fill out your template. So this is the practice template. You can go to the link in the description, quickstartclarinet.com/get started, and get this exact PDF to fill out on your own, or you just recreate it with the date for the week, the reflection of how things are going, your goal for this week, and then your plan for when you're going to practice. And the beauty of this is, once you have this written down and then you put it in your calendar and set reminders so you actually do it, then it's not going to be like, oh, I really should be practicing now. It's going to be, I know when I'm practicing, my practice time's on my calendar, I'm committed to that, I'm going to do it, and then you'll do it. And you don't have to feel like you should be doing it or feel like guilty that you're not doing it, because you already have your practice time scheduled, or maybe you already did your practice time if you're scheduling it in the mornings. So that's the game plan. That's your practice plan for the week. Go fill that out. I do want to mention just real quick too, you might see in mine, I have this NLCI thing a few times this week, and that's the Next Level Clarinet Intensive. That's starting today. So if you're watching this live or watching this shortly after it came out on September 25th, 2023, then you might still have a chance to get beta access to the Next Level Clarinet Intensive. There's just a couple spots left open and available to join me. It's going to be a 6-week program, diving really deep into the fundamentals, getting all of that stuff that you always feel like you should be doing. Like, I know I should be doing long tones, but sometimes I kind of skimp on them or just go through the motions or don't always get the most out of them. The Next Level Clarinet Intensive is this very small group of a new program that I'm beta testing, and we're going to be digging in really deep with Monday trainings, Friday reflection and group Q&A things, and then throughout the week, individual one-on-one asynchronous video feedback via Marco Polo, which is going to be really fun to have. Sort of, I'm giving daily homework of like, do this exercise. You'll send me a video of it. I'll give you feedback of it. And it's going to be a great way to sort of get all of those fundamentals dialed in. Week 1 is about sort of defining what your next level is and talking about warm-ups a bit. Week 2 is deep dive into sound quality. Week 3 is a deep dive into notes and playing faster. Week 4 is a deep dive into rhythm and making sure that you know how to count and really connect to the steady beat. Week 5 is all about style and musicality and how to interpret a piece of music and learn a piece of music. And then week 6, we're sort of integrating it all together, making sure that you actually made it to your next level over the 6 weeks, and then planning for continuation of it and continuing to improve. So if you're watching this live September 25th, 2023, there's a few spots left. You can email me at quickstartclarinet@gmail.com if that sounds interesting to you, and I can give you some more information about it. But go fill out your practice template. Make sure that you have your game plan for practicing. Next time you're in your practice and you say, I should be able to do XYZ at whatever tempo, red flag, pause, accept where you are, and then grow from there. So I hope that you have a fantastic week of practicing. Fill out the template, schedule it, commit to it, and I will see you next week for the next live Monday Music Motivation. Have a great week, everybody, and I will see you